All right, welcome back to Bayou Time. We're still taking phone calls. Just want to run down the rest of the program for you. After the next break, we'll bring on Steve Petrie. We'll discuss the Cardinal Classic, the fishing rodeo that's going on this weekend in Grand Isle to benefit Edie White. And, we'll get into the particulars of that, but just wanted to remind you. So Steve Petrie will join us regarding the Cardinal Classic fishing rodeo. Also, we will have Canada's in the Kitchen with Joni Petrie and Chef George Caslow and Chef Tony DeSalvo. They'll be cooking up, I believe, a shoulder roast for you there. And then we have a woman's perspective at 7:30 with Dr. Laura Batto, her guest Amy Pontiff. So she is a licensed massage therapist with the Le Bijou Salon. And so that's going to be coming up. And Stan Grava will have sports for you to wrap things up later tonight on Bayou Time. Let's go down to the phone lines once again. I'm sorry if I took you out of order, but welcome to Bayou Time. Hello. Hello, you there? Yeah, go ahead, please.
Jason.
Yes.
This is Kathleen Knight. I would like to welcome Benton Nake. He's a 7-year-old student at St. Bernadette School.
All right.
And he was put in the hospital, and he was sent to Oshner on March 29th, and then to the Children's Hospital from April the 20th to June the 30th.
Wow.
He was diagnosed with what you call the Guillain-Barré syndrome.
Okay.
He has still to learn how to walk, and he's doing better, but he's in a wheelchair. He has to go to therapy, and he is the son of Mark and Gwendolyn Nake from Houma.
Okay, all right. And so he's back home?
He has come back home as of June the 30th.
June the 30th. Well, we all welcome him back home, and that takes some courage to fight through that, obviously, and we pray for he and his family.
Yes.
That's a good story, though, that he's back home.
Yes, so this is a sickness that attacks the nerves and the muscles, and when he took with this, he wasn't able to walk.
Okay.
He wasn't able to swallow or anything like this. This has to be all taught to him again.
Oh, wow.
So it's, rough time for a 7-year-old to go through.
Right.
But I would like to welcome him back home.
Okay, thank you for the call.
Okay, you're
All
welcome.
Right. Okay, and let's go down to the next caller. Hello, welcome to Bayou Time.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
I was calling to voice my opinion about the Social Security.
All right.
About the cutback on it.
Yes, ma'am.
I agree with the first callers that said that we didn't ask to pay this, we had to pay this.
Mm-hmm.
I truly feel that the people that have paid Social Security should get their money. The ones that have not paid anything into Social Security should be reevaluated.
All right.
Now, I know a lot of people that has not paid anything into it, handicapped people, etc. They deserve that. I wouldn't want to take anything away from people like that. But you have some people out there collecting Social Security, and they'll collect it all their lives, more sound-minded and more in health than I am. It's very wrong. That's money that we have put into the fund.
I agree with you.
That's money that is there for us, not for the government to give it away as they wish. And another thing, when I see President Obama on the TV, all I see is his lips moving, because nothing he says means anything to me, for the simple reason he talks in circles all the time. When he went into the office, he gave away I don't know how much money. All he did was give away money, give away money. Now we have to suffer.
Okay.
Is other countries going to come here and help us out when we're sleeping under the bridge? Things like that? I don't think so.
Thank you for the call.
So that needs to be reevaluated. If you have not paid anything into Social Security, you should be reevaluated every couple of years. A doctor knows when you need Social Security and when you don't. A doctor knows that.
Okay.
But then some of them are also fooled. They go in there and they do get it. And like I said, they're more sound-minded and more healthier than I am.
And then maybe
very, very wrong.
Right, and maybe they work their bodies back up, they get back into shape or whatnot, and they go out and they have a different type of job and they do some different type of work, and so now they're collecting that disability check, but also working on the side, and that's not what it's there to be intended for. But
well, majority that I know, they receive their checks and then they don't work and they just kind of live and have a good old time. They're retired at a young age, and they'll keep getting that check and get it. And if they have children, then the children gets a check.
Gotta love America, huh?
You got it.
Thank you for the
call.
So
I thought I'd voice my opinion.
All right, thank you very much. If you agree or disagree with that caller, let's hear it. Hello, welcome to Bayou Time.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it's Craig.
Hey, Craig.
Look,
hadn't heard from you in a while.
Voice my opinion real quick.
Sure.
I know we're probably getting short on time, but Jason, I've always said I agreed with one of your previous callers. We got a spending problem, not a revenue problem. But actually, right now, we do have a bit of a revenue problem. The reason we have a bit of a revenue problem because the unemployment rate is so high. These are all people that could be working. It's not paying into the system right now. So one of the main things to fix your revenue problem, instead of going up on the taxes, is get the job situation fixed. And the bottom line is, our president has failed to produce on the promises and the change that he promised when he was elected.
Okay.
And one other thing, Jason.
So do you think he's trying to dodge this issue now until he can get into the next election and then try to deal with it after that?
Not really. I think he's got his agenda and he's not going to bend off of it, Jason. But Jason, what's going on right now with the Social Security? That's just fear-mongering at its worst.
Well, and
that's just using this as a political posturing.
Yeah, and it's probably scaring a lot of people, you know, especially if you have elderly people out there and you hear the president say, oh, well, there's no guarantee on whether or not we're going to be able to pay those Social Security checks. I could see where a lot of people might, you know, if they're relying on that, or really waiting pins and needles. And they don't care what happens, they just want to make sure something occurs to get done so they get their check.
Yeah, Jason, just a couple of more quick points and I'll try to be brief.
All right.
Look, the people that was elected recently, the big tidal wave that came over a few months back with a whole bunch of conservative Tea Party people, those people were elected to do certain things, and one of them was to cut government spending. So those people have to produce on the promises that they made to their constituents.
That's right.
And that's kind of where we're at. But Jason, one other quick thing. If we have a revenue shortfall, if we have a shortfall coming up pretty soon, and we don't have enough money to pay all our obligations, somebody, and this is important, who is the person that is going to make the decision what bills are paid and what bills are not paid? And my family, if my money is short in a month, I have to make a decision, and me and my wife, as head of the household, have to make a decision.
Right.
We're going to prioritize what gets paid and what don't if we're going to be a little bit short. So somebody in Washington has to take that responsibility.
Well, I believe it's the president's administration who does that.
Okay,
so
is it an individual? And that's the person that needs to be targeted, Jason.
All right.
That's the person that needs to be targeted and held accountable, is if he makes a decision not to pay Social Security as opposed to not paying something else which is less important.
Okay, thank you for the call. Appreciate it. Let me take one more caller. Hello, welcome to Bayou Time.
Yeah, how you doing, Jason?
Hi. All right.
Yeah, I'd like to make a comment.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Jason, with all due respect to you, man, how you can sit up there and let people say that Obama's at fault for not getting his Social Security check?
Okay. I couldn't quite hear you. I know you were displeased with something people said about...
No, I'm saying, how could you sit up there and let the people think that Obama is at fault for not getting his Social Security check?
Because he said there is no guarantee... I'll quote exactly what he says.
Can you please do that?
I cannot guarantee that those checks go out on August 3rd if we haven't resolved this issue, because they are simply not, because they may simply not be the money in the coffers to do it. That's what he said.
You know why you say that?
Yeah, I think it's. I think I do know why he said it. It's to put fear in to try to get a deal resolved. It's for political gain.
No, it's not because of that. It's not because of that. He's telling John Boehner, man, raise the debt on what is it, debt on.
Well, but you're right. That's what he's telling John Boehner, because it's politics.
Yeah, his policy, he's telling them to raise it. If they don't raise it, he's letting you know he got bills to be paid. If he don't raise the debt credit, how you going to pay the bills? It's Don Bannon, the Republicans, the ones that doing this to the people. It's not Obama.
Well, and I think that's the politics that's being played here.
But,
Hey, Mr. Republican leader of the Republican House of Representatives, if you don't get this done and if you don't cave on your deal, I'm not going to be able to pay all these people Social Security.
Exactly.
And it's going to be your fault. That's the political pawn that's being played. And that's you asked, well, how could I sit up here and say that? That's exactly why I'm saying it.
No. Your phone breaking off, can't hear you. Your phone, I can't hear you, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
I can't hear you.
Okay, well, call me back next time.
No,
I
can hear you now. Hello, you hung up.
You there?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Hello?
All right, gave you too many chances. Let's take one more caller before we bring on the guest. Hello, welcome to Bayou Time. Yep, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir, go ahead, please.
Hey, look, I hadn't talked to you in a good while. This is the guy that I used to work with your dad at the Royal Laundry. That's how long ago.
Oh, my grandpa, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay, look, about the TADs, I think that's a bunch of bull, because I heard a story a while back where a bunch of fishermen saw planes dropping turtles ahead of their boats.
No.
And that sounded like somebody was plotting to blame the wrong people for the wrong thing.
Well, if that was happening, I would agree with you.
Yeah. Okay, now back to that lady I was talking about, all her pains, I feel sorry for her.
Uh-huh.
But I tried. It took me 10 years to get my Social Security.
Wow.
I got 2 bad knees. I got artificial knees. I used to work in the Gulf.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't look back at that. I just had to keep trying until I got me a lawyer that knew what to do, and we got it.
Well, glad you got it.
I feel sorry for her, and I hope she makes out all right.
Right, but you did have to go through the process for some time.
Oh, about 10 years.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, good to hear from you. Thanks for the call.
Okay, man. You
Okay.
Take care.
Appreciate it. All right, that'll wrap up the phone calling segment of the night. We appreciate all the callers. It was a good discussion. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll be talking about the Cardinal Classic Fishing Rodeo. Coming up this weekend, it's going to be on Saturday in Grand Isle, so we'll bring on Steve Petrie to talk about the rodeo.